Namaste and a hearty welcome to all the brothers and sisters for the beautiful session of being heartful every day with Swadhyaya. I hope you had a productive day today, and the theme of today's uh, this week's the theme for this week is on oneness and universal brotherhood. We have been reading from the article on community from the Heartfulness magazine. And here Daaji is talking about the sixth principle. Uh, and we have known that universal brotherhood is lacking because of the mistrust between the people. So here he says that the individual uh, I, which is ego, it identifies itself as I-ness, but the heart is all about we. This is one point. And the second, he says that uh, the feeling of separation that we have from one another, it seems to be part of conditioning. And in order to forego that, if we develop awareness on the Atma Chakra, then our universal brotherhood or the feeling of brotherhood would increase. Um, just a moment. So he says that the heart-based meditation supported by yogic transmission, this naturally infuses the love and our capacity to love expands with the help of transmission, of course. Now let us go ahead. In Babuji's words, it will naturally lead to mutual association and greater attachment, and our dealing with one another will be molded accordingly, ensuring greater peace and contentment to everyone. How nice it would be to have it thus. So he's talking about the universal brotherhood, and he says that if that can be achieved by all of us, it would be very nice. Now let us read on the subtopic. Our success here leads to our success there. Yet it doesn't end there. There is a great truth about worldly life that many of us do not grasp. We mistakenly believe that our life in this world is transient and hence not important. But there could not be further from the truth. Whatever we do here also determines our destiny beyond this worldly plane. What is meant by that in Babuji's words? This world is in fact a reflection of the other world. When this one is molded properly, its effect extends onto the other world, whose reflection it is, and that too will begin to be purified. I would like to read this sentence again, which is very important. This world is in fact a reflection of the other world. When this one is molded properly, its effect extends onto the other world, whose reflection it is, and that too will begin to be purified. I'd like to mention that in few of the whispers from brighter world, Babuji often speaks about how what we do on this material plane extends itself into the other dimensions as well. So let us go ahead. This world is a projection of the astral or cosmic world, the Brahmand Mandal, where everything happens in astral form before it manifests here. There are several such higher regions, each more subtle than the other. When we refine our worldly existence on earth, the effect is carried to each of the higher regions, all the way to the highest. We are multidimensional beings, and what we do in this layer affects all other layers. This life is a precious opportunity for us to change all levels of our being. When we act in alignment with these universal principles, it transforms all the dimensions of our being. This is yogic science. Now let us learn about the universal brotherhood in action. Now imagine that a single act of compassion welling up from the bottom of our heart has the power to transform all levels of our being. Principle 6 states, knowing all people as thy brethren and treat them as such. So we can look at this principle as having two aspects, knowing and doing. The first aspect of know all people as thy brethren is a realization that comes from a state of being and creates a perpetual shift that helps us make the choice between separation and unity. Knowing removes ignorance and resistance and brings enlightenment, clarity, and purity. It acts as a bridge between being and doing. The second aspect is doing and treat them as such. Once you know from the depths of your being that we are all brethren, then how will you treat others? Knowing is an embodiment of being. Doing is an embodiment of knowing. The third aspect being is something we often miss on. The tastes of spiritual conditions are not to be taken as a buffet dinner. Taste and forget should not become our tragic culture. That is why the practice of AEIOU is so important. It allows us to savor the experience and let it be imbibed and enlivened within us so that we become one with it. And there is a fourth aspect, non-weighing. But rather than venturing into it philosophically, let's prepare ourselves for the true encounter and merger in that state. Then it will happen naturally. I think we should take a pause over here and let us ponder upon the meaning that is mentioned, and it is very deep. It is very deep. Here, Daaji talks about four aspects of this principle. The first one is being. The second aspect is doing. And the third aspect is uh, the is the taste of spiritual conditions. He says, taste and not forget should not be the part of our culture. Rather, the practice of AEIOU is important. And the fourth aspect being non-being, he says that it has to occur naturally, and he asks us to prepare ourselves for the true encounter and merger in that state. Let us take a pause over here and prepare ourselves for the universal favor. I would request all of us to gently close our eyes. Please make a resolve that all brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. आइए हम ये संकल्प ले कि सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और इनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है. Let us meditate for the next 15 minutes. Let us start. wherever you feel comfortable. You may gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for making the time every day, and see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Let us complete our bedtime prayer so that we are connected throughout the night, and we wake up afresh for the morning meditation. Thank you and have a nice rest of the evening. Shubh Ratri.